we are emptying Labour Party. Even Peter Obi will join us.
My politics have been consistent in character and integrity. I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria that works.
If P2P joins the All Progressive Congress APC in 2027, it won't just be another political decision. It will be one of the biggest shocks in Nigerian democratic history. Because since 2019, and especially during the 2023 election, Obi has built a reputation as someone who stands against the political system, who fights for accountability, supports young people, and rejects the corrupt way politics has been run in Nigeria. And this is the way many people believe that APC represents corruption and greed. His 2023 campaign, even though he didn't win, had strong support from people across our country. From different regions, religion, age groups, he became the voice of frustrated generation. A movement known as Obedience sprung up out of nowhere, connecting every tribe and religion as one for the first time in many decades. This was a movement that didn't come from Labour Party, but from the people tired of PDP and APC. They believed Obi was different, someone who could finally clean up Nigerian politics. Now, he joined the APC. How? You agree with me that our belief of hope and redemption for our country will be destroyed in an instant. Not just that, it will mean the end of political movements that had even briefly shaken the long-standing hold of APC and PDP. This emotional response will be huge. Social media, which once praised him and called him the people's president, would quickly turn against him. The same videos where he criticized APC for wasteful spending and bad leadership will be shared again. Now, as proof of his betrayal, in places like Southeast, among Nigerians abroad who gave money and time to support him in 2023, people will feel heartbroken by this single news. Because for many of those people who made real sacrifices for Obi behind the scenes, huge funds for endorsements were carried out for him, believing he was the only honest leader left. And all that will be crushed with just one headline: P2B joins APC. The question is, why would Obi even consider doing this? Would it be for power, safety, or ambition? If he now believes it's impossible to win in Nigeria with third-party platform, since the system from INEC to courts and the police is not built to allow outsiders win. Maybe the Labour Party is too weak or divided to support him again. Or probably, maybe APC leaders, including Tinubu, have offered him deals he can't resist, like security for his region, policies that match his ideas, or even a promise that he could lead the country one day. Or maybe he just grew tired of everything, tired of fighting a rigged system, tired of believing in ideas that don't even win election, and tired of pretending the people hold the power, when in reality, a small group of elites controls everything. This question can go on and on, but the truth remains that it will be hard for Nigerians to believe in a new candidate the way they believed in P2B. The obedient movement could fall apart, with some people defending Obi no matter what, and others turning their back on him. The media would spend months talking about it. Old videos and interviews would resurface. Some of Obi's allies would leave him, others would say and try to explain the move as political strategy of joining them to beat them. But no matter how anyone tries to explain this, the truth is, if P2B joins APC in 2027, it will not be just a political shift. It will feel like the death of the last hope that a good man could fight and win against a broken system without becoming part of it. And that could be the end of the real democracy in Nigeria. How did P2B even come to limelight in the midst of every famous electoral candidate in the first place? Talking about the rise of Obi, P2B rise in 2023 wasn't just accidental, even though it happened so fast and his fame suddenly flew across the globe. It was very evident that Obi needed not to pay or bribe anyone for votes. Instead, he emerged as a man who by his lifestyle and record seemed different from the rest of them. So when P2B announced his bid under the Labour Party in 2022, after pulling out of the PDP primaries, the reaction wasn't just political, it was emotional. Most people didn't understand why he was pulling out of PDP until it began to make sense and half of the nation stood firmly behind him. It was the first time in decades that a large number of Nigerians, especially the youth, saw someone who lived modesty, spoke honestly, and refused to play the dirty political games that others called strategy. Peter Obi didn't come with godfathers or rented crowds. He had to show up for his speeches and interview with data, facts, humility, and incredible sense of discipline. What about his time as governor of Anambra State? During his time from 2006 to 2014, he was impeached in 2006, went to court, and returned to office without violence or manipulation, but through the courts. When his tenure ended in 2010, he fought for tenure confirmation and returned again in 2011. This battle proved something rare, that a Nigerian politician could pursue justice legally and actually win. He didn't leave Anambra worse than he met it, as in the motive of most inexperienced candidates killing for power. Obi left over 75 billion naira in savings for the state. According to his handover notes, he refused to take security votes for personal use, something that has become an institutionalized fraud across Nigerian states. He improved access in education, ensured payment of salaries and pensions, and governed without borrowing, something unheard for Nigerian democracy. That history spoke for him as the foundation of his 2023 campaign. He didn't win in 2023, but the impact was legendary, because for the first time, a third force candidate without federal power or massive money defeated a sitting governor. Talking about why it might happen that Peter Obi probably may join the APC, I must say, politics in Nigeria has never been about morality, merit, or even the will of the people. It has always been about access to power and who controls the levers of the state. It is not a game of principles, but a survival contest where even the most upright men are forced to bend. Peter Obi may have represented integrity in 2023, but in politics, Nigeria does not reward purity, it rewards power. And the hard truth is that the system does not allow outsiders to break in unless they either break it down completely or find a way to work with it. In 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi came third despite unprecedented organic support from Nigerian youths and diaspora communities. He won the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, which cannot be denied as a symbolic and strategic victory which swept through most of the southeastern states. But votes alone do not win presidential election in Nigeria. Here are some facts to consider if Peter Obi joins the APC come 2027. The Labour Party had no political structure, no state governor, no clear National Assembly majority, only 1 or 2 seats, barely a handful of House of Representative members. His polling agents in many parts of the north and southwest were either absent or outnumbered or unable to challenge the result due to lack of logistics or funds. Others were assassinated. INEC failed to transmit presidential results electronically as promised. The beaver system failed when it matters the most, and despite widespread of reports of manipulation, voter suppression, and intimidation, the court dismissed all petitions without requesting full forensic investigation or reruns. In the end, Bola Tinubu was declared president and Peter Obi was told to go to court. And when he did, he lost. But by 2027, everything will be different. Obi will be 4 years older. His movement may have lost steam. Labour Party may be more fractured. Donors may be discouraged. The Nigerian electorate may have slipped back to apathy. And the ruling APC will still control federal power, which includes the army, the police, INEC, the budget, the media, and the judiciary. If Peter Obi is approached by APC in 2026 or early 2027 with a direct offer to become the presidential candidate of the party, with the full backings of APC national structure, with access to 36 states, with the governors under his belt, and the promise of smooth INEC facilitation, he would have to face the hardest question of his political life. Does he continue fighting from the margins with the principle that never wins election? Or does he accept that in order to fix Nigeria, one must first win, and to win, you must play by the same dirty rules? He wouldn't be the first. And why do I say so? Atiku Abubakar defected from PDP to AC in 2006, back to PDP, then to APC in 2014, and back again to PDP by 2017. Rotimi Amaechi moved from PDP to APC when Jonathan's camp blocked his presidential ambition. And on the other side, Bukola Saraki, a former APC Senate president, went back to PDP when Tinubu's greed became unbearable. Aminu Tambuwa moved from PDP to APC and back again, depending on the way they currently favored him. Godwin Obaseki switched parties to survive the 2020 Edo election. Even Muhammad Buhari, the so-called puritanical general, contested under APP in 2003, ANPP in 2007, CPC in 2011, and then joined the hands with Tinubu, ACN, and others to form the APC in 2013. APC itself was not built on the ideology, it was built on strategy defection. It was a coalition of ANPP, CPC, ACN, and disgruntled PDP members. They had nothing in common but a shared goal to remove Jonathan and seize power, and it worked as they planned. If P2B decides to walk that path, then it's proof that Nigerian politics has shown again and again that strategy beats sanity. That you cannot win from outside unless the inside breaks or invites you in. P2B supporters may cry, but he may argue that you cannot implement policy if you don't have the keys to the system. That you cannot save a country when the gatekeepers keep locking you out. That running for president without access to INEC, without governors on your side, without polling agents across 176,000 units, and without a legal system willing to rule against the ruling parties is a waste of time, if I may say. He may believe that if APC is offering him a way in, he can take control from within. The danger is, what does he sacrifice to get in? And will he still be himself once he gets in there? Because no one joins APC without compromise. The system does not allow you to stay clean and stay in power. Not under APC, not just under PDP, not under any Nigerian political platform where godfathers still dictate policy, where state institutions are politicized, and where electoral victories depend on talks, money, and cost, not votes. So if P2B does it, if he accepts that offer, it will be a strategic move based on political logic, but it will also be a personal loss. A loss of credibility, a loss of independence, and a confirmation that no one, not even P2B, can remain untouched in Nigerian politics if they want to win. It will send a clear message that every young Nigerian who believes in integrity and activism, that even the best of us must bow to the system if he wants to lead it. And to end it all, P2B hasn't moved to APC, but if he does, remember this video. If you love the truth and wants to be part of the truth, do like and share this video, and until next time, bye for now.